Grizzlies. Number 2, Kinley Simmons. Number 3, Miriam Cardona Soler. Number 5, Grace Stumbaugh. Number 6, Cody Cooper. Number 7, Jaden Ng. Number 8, Keziah Williams. Number 10, Cameron Arcali. Number 12, Elliot Bourne. Number 13, Tatiana Trifkovich. Number 14, Melissa Matherly. And number 15, Carolina Noschek. Assistant coach Bree Walsh and the head coach Paula Wheaton. And now, Miller College Lady Cardinals. Number 1, Kaylee Bracken. Number 2, Anna Sulaga. Number 4, Shelly Meyer. Number 5, Jane Kickham. Number 6, Ainsley Finch. Number 7, Megan Blair. Number 8, Amy Lethbridge. Number 9, Melissa Avendano. Number 10, Emily Eaton. Number 11, Madison Cruz. Number 12, Raylan Dodd. Number 13, Annika Popovich. Number 14, Isidore Stoyevich. Assistant coaches Ashley Neal and Christine Myers. Head coach Tim Copeland.
Coach Copeland has talked about his defense all year as being the strength of the team, and I asked him a little bit about the night side, but you're the number 1 attacking team, and he said, yeah, but our defense leads into that, because that means the first pass, we're being effective to getting it to our setter.
Right, and even before the pass, they have to set up a good block, and a lot of times we forget about the block on the defensive end, but they are a great blocking team, and that makes it much, much easier if they're slowing the ball down for their passers to get the ball to the setter, and she can distribute it wherever she needs to keep their defense off balance.
Mac, in fact, 6th in the country in blocking with 2.86 blocks per game, and their leader, Anna Popovich, she is 10th in the country with 1.3 blocks per set. So the numbers are gaudy, the record is gaudy, and this is a fun team to watch. They're in their grays with their white numbers, their red letters of Cardinals, and they've got white piping down the sides. The visitors from West Plains are in their black shorts. They've got blue shirts with red numbers and letters and a white outline. As we take a look at the action here in set number 1, Mineral Area College will serve first, and they will serve from our right to our left. That means West Plains moves it left to right. And here comes the setter for this team, Pam Zulaga, to serve it first. More Mineral Area College leads them at aces with 44 on the season, but it's a first shot that's out of bounds. That's not the way to start.
No, definitely not. You don't want to start that way on the service line. First point of the match.
Pretty good crowd so far, and we're going to get even more folks out here as we move along. Shelby Meyer digs it. Zulaga sets it. That's Jane Kickham, a half hack at it, and sends it into the other side with Cooper digging it out. And a back row hit by Noscheck. Noscheck into the back row there. Right side shot by Bracken with the purple headband. Didn't hit at full speed, but she picked a good spot and found a hole, and we're tied at 1. And we talk about, and we think about Kickham and Bracken so much, they've got a great number 3 option, does Mac, in Melissa Avendano. She's 37th in the country, hitting .321 on the year.
Right. She does get lost in the shuffle sometimes, but she's very effective.
Here's Bracken serving it over, knuckleball shot, dug in the back row. The set from Simmons, and the hit over on that left side by Cooper. And Bracken can't get there in time. A 2-1 lead for West Plains. The Grizzlies take control of the serve. Grizzlies 4-18 on the year. It'll be Tatiana Trivkovic from Serbia to serve it for West Plains. Leads them in kills on the year with 177. And they will actually say, you know what, we're out of rotation if we have her serve. So they'll get the right person in there. And instead, serving it will be Cameron Artali. She's from Springfield Kickapoo. Actually played with Jane Kickham for a while in high school. Left side, Avendano off the piping and right back on the max side. So a 3-1 early lead for West Plains. I know that Coach Copeland is always pushing for consistency with this team. Cameron Artali going to be serving it again. 7 aces for her on the year. Gray shirt. She's the libero. Knuckleball shot dug out by Meyer to the front row. Zulaga. Back set. There's Kickham off the block and dug out. Bourne sets it and then popped over by Cooper. Quick set. Back set. Zulaga to Kickham. Smashes it through the would-be block, and Mack on the board with its second point. 3-2 lead for West Plains. And now here comes one of the best shot blockers in the country in Popovich checking in. Meyer steps in. She'll serve from right in the middle, right underneath the basket. Strides into it, and a side spin serve. And Mineral Area College with 2 service errors already.
They kind of look a little bit like they did when Jeff Coe come to town. The same energy in the building, maybe a little too amped up right now. Timing's just a hair off.
They were a little slow that night, weren't they? And then, boy, they got revved up.
Right. They'll get going. I'm sure they will.
Miriam Soler serving it over, a little spin. Bracken digs it out. Zulaga middle set. Popovich pounds it into the back row for the winner. And the Cardinals' 2 best hitters, certainly on the year, have been Kickham and Bracken. But Coach Copeland said, you know, they've been trying to shuttle things through the middle more often lately with Popovich and Dodd. And he said that's opened up more things for them.
It definitely has. And Annika Popovich has really worked hard from her freshman year till now, working on more power behind the ball.
Kickham serves it over. There's Popovich with the block. She sets a roof up over Keziah Williams from Branson, Missouri. And that one goes straight back to the other side, and all of a sudden we're tied. 4-4. You know, it feels like West Plains has played better and we're tied. I think the expectations, we're so used to seeing Mac dominate. Now over to the left side. Halfback at it by NG from Panama. She knocked that one right into the net. And so Mac has it back. Jaleen NG. Her last name is spelled NG space HE. Knuckleball shot on the serve from Kickham into the front row. And a little double hit that time by Soler. That one was a tough one for her to handle. And Mac takes the lead 6-4. Kickham to serve again. Jane from Springfield was the national player of the week earlier this year. During a great span after that trip to Hutchinson. Bracken digs it out of the back row. Zulaga, sneak shot. There's the dump on the second shot. And Zulaga, with eyes in the back of her head, finds that open territory, and a timeout by Paula Wiedemann. Mac leads 7-4. We're back in a minute right here on KREI. Dono rifles a bullet down to the other side as we're back underway. Mac leads 7-4, set number 1. Here comes Avendano again, and this time it's a kill shot. Good play in the back row that time, I thought, by Kaylee Bracken, Chelsea.
Yes, she read that ball really well and got her feet to the ball and made a good pass to Zulaga as the setter.
7-4 lead for Mac. Kickham still with the serve. Back set this time to the middle to Williams, and Bracken digs it out again. Zulaga can get a set to the back row to Kickham. Kickham places it over on the left side. Soler digs it out, and a back row hit from NG once again into the tape, and Mac is on top. I think it's 9-4, and I think that's what Coach Copeland is saying as well. So, yes, indeed, they do make that change on the scoreboard. It's 9-4. They were a point behind right there, and Kickham continues her serve. She's been on a good roll, pops it almost up this time, and dug out by Artali. And now a little sneak attack from West Plains that finds a soft spot in the middle of the Mac zone. And a 9-5 ball game here in set number 1. Mac swept West Plains earlier this year, 25-20, 25-21, and then 25-14. And boy, this team has been good at smelling blood, too. Once they build momentum, they really close out matches well. And now here's a set to Avendano once again, goes off the top of the net, bounces over to the West Plains side. Here's a back row hit by Cooper, and it's dug out by Bracken. Quick set, Popovich hammering it down. I love that time how Zulaga set that so quickly. There's no time for the defense to adjust and react. Yeah, you're right on that. Their block couldn't get there. Annika Popovich was hitting against an open net, and just defense was kind of backing up, ready to take it. 10-5, Mac has doubled up West Plains. Mineral Area College not only 29-0, Chelsea, they've only dropped 5 sets all year long. Sets! I know. It's astounding, really, is what they're doing. It's historic for sure. Over to the left side, there's a big shot by Nose Check, and a blocked, and then right back to Popovich in the middle. Look at the big smile by Annika. She loves to be fed out there. She definitely does. She likes to please, too, and that set by Pam Zulaga was incredible. She was going back towards the back line and sets it to the middle as a short set. That was phenomenal. And Popovich detonated it right down the middle of an 11-5 lead. And here's the serve from Ainsley Finch from Farmington. Zulaga another quick set. Popovich starting to dominate on the hits. 12-5, Mac leads. And Annika had been hitting from the middle for so long. That time she rotated to the outside and hit from the right side. Created an angle, but the same results. 12-5 lead for Mac. Ainsley Finch serving, the freshman from Farmington. 16 aces for her on the year. Over to the left side of the defense, Cooper digs it out. And a double hit whistled against West Plains. Well, wasn't it just a little bit ago we talked about Mac maybe not starting as fast as we thought they might? I was hoping once I said that they would get going. I think that's what did it, Chelsea. 13-5 lead for Mac Finch. An off-speed delivery right there. And this shot is off of a block, but Keziah Williams does manage to find the floor and the point for West Plains. And a 13-6 lead for Mac. Grizzlies serve off to our left. After getting that winner, Williams steps back to serve. Keziah with 16 aces. That leads this team. So the 16 aces leads the Grizzlies. 44 aces leading Mac. And here comes the All-American, Kaylee Bracken. Whips it off of a block and out of bounds, and the point goes to Mac as Amy Leftrich checks in for the Cardinals, along with Raylyn Dodd, and this freshman has come a ways. 151 kills for Raylyn. She's 28th in the country, 1.11 blocks per set. Mac gets the serve over cleanly, but a huge hit by Nose Check. Nose Check, that's the biggest hit we've seen all day so far by West Plains. A freshman from Poland, 6'1", a strong athlete. Kinley Simmons checking in for West Plains, and NG will check out. 14-7. Mac has still doubled up West Plains so far. Simmons steps back to serve. Little backspin. Finch digs it out. Great pass to Zulaga. Quick set. Dodd. And Dodd in for Popovich in that middle, and they don't miss a beat. Right. They're taking advantage of that middle right now. The blocker's not moving there because they are moving the middle around so much. It's keeping them off balance. I say keep moving and keep feeding them to her. Was that a little slide hit where she went behind her? It was. And hit on the back set right there. Big serve by Zulaga. Most fierce serve we've seen yet. Zulaga slets across the court to Bracken. Good dig in the back row. Artali keeps it alive. Set to the middle. A little punch over that time by Grace Stumbaugh. Stumbaugh did a nice job of reading that double block, and she just pushed it to an open portion of the floor. She's a freshman from Concordia, Missouri. 15-8, Mac leads. Carolina Nose Check. serving it for Mack. Kickham digs it out. Good pass to Zulaga. Quick set Dodd. Dodd hits it almost directly to her right, but keeps it alive, and now pushed over by Cooper. Zulaga with a quick back set. Bracken off the block, down on the floor. Point to Mack. And once again, they've doubled up West Plains 16-8. West Plains, as far as what I'm seeing, Chelsea, West Plains just isn't as quick to the ball as Mack is. Right.
They're running a little slower offense, a little bit different pace than Mack is. I definitely agree with you on that.
Here's Kaylee Bracken. Played her high school ball at Bishop DeBerg. Pounds it over to the right side of the defense. Cooper digs it out. Here's a shot off of a double block and out of bounds. And West Plains finds the angle off that block from Dodd and Avendano. So 16-9. The point goes to the Grizzlies. And Artali steps back to serve it again. Artali with the right-handed serve. Meyer digs it out. Zulaga back set. Kickham. And Kickham just punches it over the top. Pancake save. What a job by Zulaga that time. They kept it alive as Kickham pushed it over. Over to the left side, Cooper. Full swing at it. Zulaga digs it out. Meyer going to set this time to Avendano. Avendano half hack at it. And a quick set by Simmons. Gets to the middle. Pushed over by Williams. Zulaga going to set Avendano. And a big dig in the back row by Artalo. Back to Avendano. Oh, there's your overpass. And that's where it goes to die. Off of the right hand of Melissa Avendano. 17-9. Mack in charge right now in set number one, and a timeout by West Plains. 17-9. Mack on top. We're back in 30 seconds right here on Super Talk 800. Is our score. The undefeated Mineral Area College Cardinals leading the West Plains Grizzlies. They swept them earlier this year. And playing at a high level right now, 17-9. Shelby Meyer going to serve it. She won a state title last year playing for St. Pius. Older sister, part of the coaching staff. She also, Sammy Meyer, won a state title at St. Pius. So Meyer serves it over, middle of the back row. Little tap right there by Cooper over a double block, and now here's Kickham going to work. Oh, Kickham didn't hit it hard, didn't have to. Hit it where they ain't, right?
Exactly. I think West Plains was kind of banking on a free ball on that ball, but they kept the ball alive, and she sent it out to Jane Kickham and found the hole in the open spot of the floor.
Well done, Jane. Jane Kickham hitting .393 this year, 7th in the country individually. Strong serve by Meyer, and a tough chance in the back row. Diving effort by Zulaga to keep it alive. Avendano pokes it over with a right hand. Trifkovic keeps it alive to the middle. That's to Cooper. Cooper to Zulaga, and that's one of those times, I think, where Coach Copeland says we have to remain in system. They weren't in system right there. Their rotation was all messed up.
Right. They were caught in the middle of transition there, and then the setter had to take the first ball, which was atypical as well, and nobody stepped in there because they were transitioning backwards. So
Miriam Soler to serve it. She's a 5'8 freshman from Barcelona. Pounds it on the hardwood. And she's going to do a jump serve, top spin serve. Kickham digs it. Zulaga has it. Back set back to Kickham. Jane off the top of the tape. Big dig by Artali in the back row. They get it to the front row to NG. And now here's Meyer. Meyer, an underhanded set. That's to Kickham. Pounds it across. Soler digs it. The set, Artali gets to the front row. Cooper. And a nice save by Meyer got down to the floor. Zulaga setting Avendano. Tough angle. Sends it over to the right side of the net. Dig up by Soler. A pushover by Cooper. And Mack keeps it alive. Zulaga back set. Kickham. Kickham leans back, extends that right hand, dug by Soler, back to the right side, NG now to a diving Zulaga, keeping it alive, and a little half hack at it by Bracken. Here's a set to the front row, a full shot by Cooper, a diving effort by Meyer to keep it alive, and a little punch by Zulaga, up at the net. Kickham loses the joust, and Mack kicks it out of bounds. Best play I've seen by West Plains all night long.
Right, that was a great rally. Defense just flying everywhere. I love to see that.
I've been impressed with some of the balls that Artali was able to get to there. And now Solaire with the serve once again, and it's an 18-11 lead for Mac. We're in set number 1. Meyer digs it, Zulaga into the front row to Avendano, splits the double team block. But they didn't get that one very tight, and she had a strike zone she could punch it through. It was about the size of a volleyball, and she hit it just perfect.
She found it. Yes, she did.
19-11, Mac leads. Jane Kickham to serve. She had a huge rally earlier on her serve. She punches it into the back row. Solaire sets to the middle off the double block from Williams. Zulaga pushes it over on the second shot. They're ready for it this time as Solaire digs it out. Cooper tries to push it over the double block and does so. I think she got that block coming down instead of at its apex and worked out for her that time.
Yes, and that block wasn't really pushing over, penetrating the net, so they were going more straight up, and she was able to power through it.
19-12. Mac leading it by 7. We're in set number 1. Top spin serve. Bracken digs it. Zulaga sets it. This is Avendano. And a good block by NG. What was the call there, Chelsea?
Looks like Avendano might have caught the top of the tape with her hand, I believe, is what Matt Klump called, the down official here.
So Matt gets caught in the net. And West Point's making a little push right here. Cooper into the back row. Meyer digs now to Zulaga. Zulaga back over to Avendano. And a great dig by Cooper. Cooper gets it right back, plays it off of the tape. Dug out by Popovich. Now back to Avendano. Oh, Avendano went to that back left corner, and there was no Grizzly in sight over there. I think they were hibernating. 20-13 is the score. Mac leads by 7. And Ainsley Finch steps in to serve. Ainsley looks over to the bench. Coach Copeland tells her where he wants this serve to go. Middle back left, Cooper digs, and a full hack now by nose check, but this one goes long and did not come off of a block. So point to Mac, and 21-13. Mineral Larry College leads by 8. Kirby the Cardinal has a refreshing drink over there. I wonder what he's drinking. Here's Finch. And a mishit by Cooper. Cooper backing up and just didn't play it right. Poked it down to the floor. Mac now 3 points away from the first set. 22-13. Mineral Larry College leading it. Finch looking over to Coach Copeland. He just nods. He says, go to it. And she hits it over to the right side of the back row. Nose check, digs it out, gets it right back. Off the double block. Meyer pops it up. Zulaga going to set. Quick one. That's to Popovich. And Popovich hit that one right on the top of the net and came right back to her.
Looks like that set was a hair low. Annika needs that short set, even though it is shorter, just a little bit higher because she has those long arms and can reach for it.
Yeah, 6'3" to begin with. Back row dig by Kickham. Zulaga scoots back, cross set. That's to Bracken. And Bracken, she just missed that one. It looked like it came off the end of her fingers instead of that meat of the palm right there. Hooked it long. 22-15, Mac up by 7. And a service error by Keziah Williams. So Mineral Larry College now is 2 sets away from claiming, or 2 points, I beg your pardon, away from claiming set number 1 as Amy Leftrich steps in to serve, a sophomore from DeSoto. Leftrich with 8 aces on the year. Punches this one right side. Nose check, digs it out. They get it to the middle now. Stumbaugh pounds it into the Mac side. Mineral Larry College keeping it alive, and a strange hit to the back row as Finch saves it back over on the free ball. And now a full shot by Nose check into the back row off that block, and it finds a little piece of the lumber. Point goes over to West Plains. 23-16. Mineral Larry College still leading it by 7. Popovich checking back in. She'll come in for Leftrich. And West Plains serving it with Kinley Simmons. Kinley from El Dorado Springs, Missouri. Her first name is spelled K-I-N-L-I, Kinley. Dug out by Fitch, back set. Hey, there's Ray Lindon going to work. Straight out of Fredericktown, Missouri, and pounds it down on the other side. We've reached set point. In fact, Mac has 8 set points built up here. And it's Pam Zulaga. I'm not closing this one out with an ace. What do you say, Pam?
I'd like to see it.
She throws it way up, strides high, pounds it over. Good dig in the back row, though. Not an ace, but it's an effective one. Mack with a double block, keep it alive. Zulaga punches it up. Here's Bracken hitting for the left side off the double block. Grizzlies punch it up now. A set from Artali over to the left side. And that's Trifkovic back to the back row. And a good dig that time. Kickham for the set. Oh, that's fitting. Jane Kickham pounds it down and off the dig and off into the crowd. And Mineral Area College claims set number 1. 25-16. Your 8th-ranked Cardinals undefeated on the year and a good fast start here tonight against West Plains. 25-16, our final score in set number 1. We'll be back with set number 2 on the other side of this 2-minute timeout on KREI. Mineral Area College takes the first set over West Plains. 25-16. Chad Speaker, Chelsea Polito on the air with you. Chelsea, the assistant last year. How many years were you on the pitching staff, Chelsea?
5.
5.
Yeah, It doesn't seem like that, but yes, 5 years.
Did it go fast?
It did.
Yeah.
It really did.
What'd you like about the first set?
Gosh, I like that the defense was a little more scrappy on that one. I do like that they fed the middle quite a bit.
Yeah,
no matter if
right.
it was, right down the middle, pushing her outside a little bit, or that slide hit on the backside. I really liked how they're getting their middles involved.
And even when Popovich got kind of some of those early shots, but even when Dodd came in to play the middle, they just kept going to it.
Sure. And they noticed that they have a really good read on West Plains block, and their middle was a little slow getting to the outsides too, so they really wanted to work her, I think, and they definitely did. So.
All right, we'll move to set number 2 now. It's Midnight Madness night at Mineral Area College. We'll broadcast the volleyball match for you, then we'll stay on the air, talk to some of the basketball coaches and basketball players as they do their 3-point shootout and dunk competition and some different fun things like that. I think somebody maybe has a chance to win tuition tonight or something like that. Some pretty cool stuff going on. Nice grilled hot dogs. I couldn't talk Chelsea into one. She probably ate a porterhouse before she came here tonight. That's probably why.
I wish.
On the set number 2, we'll have West Plains pushing it right to left, and Mineral Area College will go left to right. So the Grizzlies serving it now, and this is Kinley Simmons into the back row. Ainsley Finch digs it. Zulaga sets. Far side shot. Bracken. Hey, that's a way to start. First set started with Mineral Area College with a service error. I prefer this one.
I like it. Yes, much better.
There's your All-American Kaylee Bracken punching it through for a point, and Mac leads 1-0. Pam Zulaga, the setter, steps back to serve. She's got a vicious serve. Jump serve, top spin. Dug in the back row by Cooper, gets to the front row by Simmons. Simmons sends it over on the second shot, and it does catch Mac a little bit out of rotation that time, and they're unable to get that one returned. So we're tied at 1, set number 2. Karolina Nosczek from Poland steps back to serve here. Side spin serve, a nasty one. Creates an overpass by Mack. They'll keep it alive to Bracken, and Bracken goes off the block into the back row. Tremendous diving save by Artali to keep it alive. Now Mack's diving all over the place. And Zulaga sends it over on shot number 3. Free ball over to the left side now. And there's Cody Cooper. That gets a full hack at one, off the block, out of bounds, and the point goes to West Plains. A 2-1 lead for the Grizz. Nose check serving it again, slight top spin. Finch stings it out. Zulaga, this is Bracken, two-handed punch right down the line. The corners are open tonight, Chelsea.
They definitely are. Artali is working quite a bit back there on the back row, but she's doing a really good job of getting to the balls. Bracken just found an open court there on that one.
So a 2-2 score. And here's Bracken, one narrowly over the net. Good diving save by Artali to keep it alive. Bracken steps up to hit it on the second shot. Back set. That's Kickham. Good save once again by Artali. Artali's hitting the floor all over the place. This one goes off the block on the shot by Cooper and out of bounds, and a 3-2 lead for West Plains. Yeah, Cameron Artali, she's not afraid to throw the body around. She's probably bruised up every night, wouldn't you think?
Definitely. She's a pretty scrappy little player. I like her. I like her style.
Aventano gets blocked. Bracken keeps it alive, but then Zulaga actually tried to kick it over, which is legal, by the way, right?
It is. Doesn't work a whole lot of the time, but hey, we'll try it. It's desperation at that point.
Well, when you're from Bogota, Colombia, so they got the soccer stuff going on there. 4-2 lead here for West Plains, set number 2, and Aventano knocks it over. It's West Plains digging it out, and Trifkovic hits a winner, a 5-2 lead for West Plains. West Plains has started each set well. They had a lead 4-2 in the first set. They lead 5-2 here in the second set. Mac then turned it on. And here's Avendano chunking this one right in the net. And the body language kind of sagging by the Cardinals. And Tim Coppola wants to get that turned around right away. So a 6-2 lead for West Plains. We're in our second set. Mac took the first set to 25-16. We're back in 30 seconds on KREI. Paula Wiedemann has been to the Final Four with her team. So, a great resume in her coaching career. It's something I noticed, Chelsea. She let her assistant handle that entire timeout right there.
She did, and that really says a lot about her, that she can step back and kind of let things play out and let her assistant take some control and some ownership of this team, too, because those assistants, they work hard, I tell you.
You know that, don't you? West Plains continues to play well. Double block and send it right back in the MAC zone in a 7-2 lead for the West Plains Grizzlies. Artali going to serve for West Plains. Artali, medium serve, and an overpass by Shelby Meyer, just an error.
They just look a little out of sync, lack of communication, I think, and hopefully not turning flat right now in the second set.
An 8-2 lead for West Plains. Artali serves again, dug out by Avendano, and another overpass by Mack.
I'm not sure if she's putting some kind of different spin, different English on that ball. I haven't seen anything, but it's definitely tricking up their serve receive right now.
And it's not even one person either. It's multiple MAC players.
Right.
A knuckleball shot this time. Avendano does dig it out. Here's a set to the middle from Dodd, and finally Mac claims a point. There's a 9-2 advantage for West Plains. So Mineral Area College hopefully starting that climb back right here in set number 2. Shelby Meyer, freshman out of St. Pius, to serve it. Shelby likes to serve it from right in the middle of the floor. She comes out from right underneath that basket. And here's an overpass by West Plains. Zulaga setting far side, Avendano, half-hack at it. And the off-speed delivery screwed up the timing of Simmons, who just hit it out of bounds. So a 9-4 advantage for West Plains. And here comes Meyer again. Shelby strides into it, jump serve. And the ball pushed into the front row. Oh, mercy. Tatiana Trifkovic hammered that one through. They may have the greatest pace that we've seen on it the entire match so far. A 10-4 lead for West Plains. Here's, I thought it was Solaris Trifkovic back to serve. Zulaga setting, kick him on the right side. And Artali keeps it alive in the back row. Back to Trifkovic. And this time Trifkovic hits it out of bounds. 10-5. West Plains on top. Mac really yet to string points together here in set number 2. Kick him a little side spin. Grizzlies dig it out. Back set Simmons. Wheels it over to Cooper on the right side. Zulaga pushes it over right along that sideline. What a shot by Pam. And 10-6 the lead for West Plains. Kick him again on the serve. Well, the redhead looks over to the sideline, says, where should I put it? And she puts it right in the middle of the back row. Simmons sets it right side, double block. Popovich and Avendano teaming up right there. Bracken digs it out of the back row. Zulaga back set Popovich. Oh, Popovich, nice eyes that time. Had the power if she wanted it, but saw a gap and just tapped it in there.
Great court awareness right there by Annika Popovich. She's put a lot behind all of her hits so far to this point, and so she throws in a little tip and catches their defense off guard.
And Max smacks this one out of bounds. Kickham sailed that one about 5 feet long on her serve. For the first time we saw Max string a few points together, though. here in the second set, and West Plains leads it 11-7. Cody Cooper from Stella, Missouri. Top spin serve, Bracken digs. Zulaga sets far side. There's Avendano off the double block. And a diving effort over there by Trifkovic to keep it alive. Couldn't do it. Max within 3, 11-8. West Plains still leading here in set number 2. Ainsley Finch steps in to serve. I thought Ainsley had an interesting name, so I said, where'd that come from? She says, I don't know. My parents just thought it up. Thought there was going to be a cool story behind it. And maybe there is. I don't know. Double block by Mack. Big hit by nose check right there. Now here's Bracken. Oh, release the Bracken on that one. Pounds it through the double block. And count it for Mack. They're within 2.
Kaylee's already had several kills this match, but it just looked like her timing was right on that time.
Finch to serve it again. An 11-9 lead for West Plains. Knuckleball served by Finch. And a diving one once it got over the net. Big save by Meyer right there. Bracken can't hit that one on the set, but instead she pushes it over back to the left side nose check. And Kickham keeps it alive, sends it back over on the free ball. Get to the middle for Williams for West Plains. Good dig by Meyer once again. Kickham hits from the red line into the back row. Diving effort by Trifkovic to keep it alive. Now to nose check. Nose check into the back row. Kickham keeps it alive. Zulaga, great set. That's Kickham into the double block. And apparently it hit the floor on the Mac side. I thought maybe that one went out of bounds. But the point goes to West Plains. And the Grizzlies lead at 12-9 in set number 2. Mac won set number 1, 25-16. Here's Williams serving it. Finch digs it to the front row. Zulaga to the right side. Popovich. And Popovich jams it right in that double block. Point goes to Mac. So for the third time, Mineral Area College has been able to climb within 2 points here in set number 2. They've not been able to find that equalizer yet, though. As Amy Leftrich steps in to serve. Leftrich, slight backspin there, overpass. Mac takes care of that one. And Bracken gives Dot a little hug. She liked that, I guess.
I think they both were a little hungry for that overpass there.
Here's Leftrich again. Mac can tie it in the second set. They trail by just 1, 12-11. Nose check hitting from the red line. Kickham digs it out. Zulaga with the second shot. She didn't sneak that one. She pounded it over. Nose check once again tries for West Plains. Zulaga quick set. Good job by Dodd to read that one and send it over. Now here's nose check once again. Ball kept alive. Zulaga kicks this one over successfully. Oh, mercy. Doesn't matter. Stumbaugh detonates it right down the middle. And it's a 2-point lead for the Grizz, 13-11. I think that caught everybody by surprise, except for Pam.
She's like, I meant to do that.
She did. How about that one? She not only got it over, she painted the line with it. 13-11, a 2-point lead, but Bracken takes care of that. Woo! Splinters down on the floor that time for Kaylee. And 13-12, West Plains by a point. Here come the Cardinals, though.
I think because they have been feeding their middle so much, it's starting to open up that outside for Bracken, and she's started to paint that line as well.
Zulaga tries to serve for the tie right here. Mac trails 13-12, and a good effort on a diving play by Stumbaugh to keep it alive. Mac, though, in system right here. Back set, kick him. Oh, what a dig in the back row by Artali. She keeps it alive, gets to the middle to Stumbaugh. Punched up by Meyer to the left side, Bracken. Bracken leans back, swings hard, can't finish it, but this one's shoved right into the net by Stumbaugh, and we've got a tie in set number 2. 13-13. So Mac looking for its first lead in set number 2. And Pam Zulaga with her 44 aces on the year. Still serving it for Mac. Great serve and a really nice dig in the back row. There's a shot by Stumbaugh into a double block. Now Kickham comes back the other way. She hits it off of the double block. The ball still stays alive. Quick set Stumbaugh. And Mac can't control it this time. And a good job by the Grizzlies responding. 14-13 West Plains lead. Mac was looking for its first lead of the second set. Couldn't find it. Nose check serves from the left side. Off the tape. Good dive by Kickham to keep it alive. And now here's Bracken. Punches it off a double team block. And then just punches it over with a right fist as it came right back to her. A double block by Mack on Trikovic's shot. And then into the back row. Artali keeps it alive. Two-handed push pass by Cooper over the net. Here's a set by Zulaga. That's to Kickham. Kickham into a double block. And West Plains stuffed her. The Grizzlies, they don't block a lot of shots this year, but that was very effective. And 15-13, West Plains leads. Mack has dropped only 5 sets the entire year. They swept West Plains last time they played. And here's a hammer by Trifkovic on the right side into the back zone, and a 16-13 lead for West Plains. West Plains looks like a completely different team here in set number 2.
They do.
Nose check to serve it. Slight side spin. Jane digs it out of the back row to the middle to Dodd. She almost hit that straight down. No chance.
She did. And the block wasn't even there. It wasn't like she was going to touch it anyways because that ball was hers and she was putting it down. You could tell that she was a little frustrated with herself without not getting that block. A play or two prior. Sorry if I could get it out.
You think that was an angry hit?
I think so.
Yeah.
She wanted to redeem herself on that one.
West Plains gets the middle. That's Trifkovic, and she's hitting against no block right there as well. And, well, when you're doing that, it looks a little easier. 17-14, West Plains leads.
You know, West Plains might not have the same look or that same, height factor that is usually pretty intimidating, but they're scrappy and they're going to compete. Any Wiedemann team's going to, so.
A dig by Avendano. Dodd took a little off this time. West Plains was diving for it because of the ferocity with which Dodd hit it last time. She took a little off this time, changed the timing, and another successful kill by Raylan Dodd. 17-15. Mack trailing by 2. We're in the second set. Here is a set by Simmons. Simmons setting Cooper. Cooper slams it down the left side, and Bracken deflects it out of bounds, so West Plains leads by 3 again. (18-15). Mack has never been able to string together a series of points here. Trifkovic serves it. Kickham hammers it off the double team block. She hit that all with all she was worth and pounded it down into the Grizzly zone, went off the block, then hit the floor. 18-16, Mack on top, or Mack trailing still. West Plains still on top here. Set number 2, Mack leading 1-0. Kickham serves it into the back row. Soler is able to set it to the right side to Williams and count that one for West Plains. 19-16.
Looked like it was on its way out of bounds, but it looked like maybe Jane on the defensive end maybe just touched it by a hair. That's what ref Tim Neal says anyway.
Bracken digs it out. Zulaga quick set. Popovich didn't time it right, and she lifted it.
Looks like a net violation.
Oh, got caught in the net. Okay, That was a difficult shot for Popovich, but a good mid-air adjustment for Annika there. 19-17. Let's see a little run. What do you say, Cardinals? Ainsley Fitch serving it. Serves it into the back row. Cooper pushes it into the front row, and now it'll be a free ball. A left-handed spike by Zulaga on shot number 2. And a full shot this time by Nosechick. Kickham sends it into the front row on the second shot. And that's when Bracken goes off the block and deep for a point for Mack. 19-18. West Plains leads. Be a good time for a run for the Cardinals. Ainsley Fitch steps into it. Little side spin there. Dug out by Cooper. A set all the way across the floor. Great dig by Meyer on the huge shot by Nosechick. Back to Bracken. Had no chance to hit that one. And another quick set by Simmons. With the back row, Finch dives it, saves it. Zulaga taps it over. Just able to spin it off of her fingertips. Nosechick back again. Sends it wide. Did Mack touch it? Yes. Oh, a chance for Mack to tie it up at 19 all. Couldn't do it. 20-18. West Plains leads in set number 2. Keziah Williams serving it for the Grizzlies. Williams to Finch in the back row. Zulaga with that second shot. This time it clipped the net and then found its way to the floor. And Mac has a chance to tie again in set number 2. 20-19, Mac is still not led in this set. They tied once at 13.
There's any time to put together a run. Now would be a great one.
This would be it. A dig in the back row by West Plains. Solaire sets, nose check. Dive in the back row by Mac to keep it alive. Good work by Finch. Back row hitting right now is Kickham. And Solaire once again sets to the middle. Stumbaugh didn't get a full hack at that one. Let's see if Bracken can. Bracken across the court. Nope. And then read it correctly. Kaylee froze. She said, I'm going to hit it. No, I'm not. And then it went out of bounds. And we're tied at 20.
Had to catch myself on that one. I almost wanted to yell go because it looked like it was going to stay in bounds.
She read it right. We're tied at 20. Timeout on the floor. Let's see if Mac can take the lead for the first time in set number 2. And we'll see if they can do it on the other side of this 30-second timeout on KREI. Engineering and operating our game tonight. We appreciate his good work. If you want to listen to high school volleyball, we've got it on the air right now on AM 1400 KJF radio. St. Pius, the defending state champs, and the alma mater of Shelby Meyer, playing in districts right now on KJF. They're playing Jefferson, Arcadia Valley against Saxony Lutheran, and then the other semifinal, and then the championship game tonight. In fact, I might have a score on those. I'll check those out for you. We're tied at 20. Mineral Area College looking for its first lead of this second set. Ainsley Finch serves it, and Mac not going to take its first lead of the second set as Carolina nose check pounds it down. And once again, West Plains is out front in set number 2, 21-20. Fans trying to lend a little support to Mac, get him going. And Dodd sneaks one over. Good effort right there by West Plains on the hustle play. But no check lifted it, and we're tied at 21.
Very good effort on that, especially for a front row player to precede that ball and just try all that she could to bring it back to her side of the court.
So Mac looking for the lead again. And Zulaga trying to give it to them. Pam rises up, rips it over into the back row. Diving Artali keeps it alive. Good joust won by Dodd. West Plains, though, continues on its side. Free ball. Finch pops it up. Zulaga gets there. And now a free ball played over by Mac by Bracken. The set from Simmons. And then the shot from the right side. And there's Noschik going to work again. She's been a very effective player tonight. She only hits 171 for the year. Only has 54 kills. I think those numbers belie her a little bit. She's going to be a good player.
Yeah, she kind of has that unorthodox swing. Kind of the approach to the ball is a little bit strange, but it works. 22-21, Bracken into the back row. Diving save by Artali. Can't keep it alive, and we're tied at 22. So still no lead for Mac in the second set, but 4 ties at 13, at 20, at 21, and at 22. And Mineral Area College looking for its first lead in the second set. This is Kaylee Bracken serving it with a purple headband. Pops it over. Knuckleball serve. Artali keeps it alive to Cooper. Cooper into the block, and Mac has its first lead of set number 2. This has been a grinder, hasn't it, Chelsea? It has, point for point, most definitely.
Mac hasn't really had, we're going to keep it right here during this break. Mac really hasn't had any fireworks. They've not had a big run, but they've just kept playing.
Right, and I think that West Plains has done a really good job of just kind of throwing off their rhythm. You know, Mac got into a rhythm in the first set, and, you know, now we're seeing West Plains digging the ball, putting some balls down, you know, getting a few stuff blocks, and so it's kind of caught them off guard, I think.
It's been hard to get any ball by Artali in that back row. I mean, she's been diving for everything and keeping it alive, yes. and then nose check on the other end just finished a lot of those for them.
Yes, I've definitely seen that because I've always said that defense kind of feeds your offense, and when you have players that are willing to just throw their body at the ball, you want to put the ball down for them as an offensive player.
So Mac has its first lead, and it's a good time for it at 23-22 in set number 2. Mac won the first set 25-16. And here's Bracken. Serving it for Mineral Area College. Strides into it. Little top spin. Artali digs it once again. The set from Simmons, and Simmons goes to the right side. Double block Avendano and Dodd over there. So right back to West Plains. Double block once again. Keeps it alive for Max Zulaga. Back set. Kick him. Skies it. Rainbows it. And I guess that was the right job that time, because it doinks off of West Plains and then out of bounds. And I don't even know how we got here, but we're at set point.
West Plains defense was on their heels a little bit. They were transitioning back, and Jane had great court awareness to see that hole opening up.
So Bracken serving for the set right here. Knuckleball serving to the back row, Artali. The set from Simmons. A huge shot in the middle by Stumbaugh, but Mac keeps it alive. Here's Bracken hitting for the back row for the set. Can't finish it on a great dive by Artali. Here's a set over to Avendano, and this one is blocked down into the Mac zone. Kickham keeps it alive. Zulaga on the second hit sends it over. A diving attempt by Stumbaugh. A joust. Mac pokes it over to the West Plains side. They keep it alive. Free ball. Meyer to the front row. Zulaga. Dodd into the block. Right back at Mac. Dodd again into the back row. Mac Artali keeps it alive. Now here's Cooper sending it over on the shot. Meyer pops it up. Zulaga, far side. Avendano punches it off the heel of her hand. West Plains keeps it alive. Left side shot by Cooper over the top of the double block. It's kept alive by Zulaga to the front row. Avendano, and punched up by the Grizzlies. Simmons sets into the joust, out of the nets, and Mac can't send it over. West Plains, with one last gaffe, stays in the second set. 24-23, Mac by a point.
What a rally. Their block coverage by both teams. They're getting touches, and their defense is right behind them to pick it up. That was incredible to watch.
I know they're the ones working, but I'm tired after that point. An amazing point. Meyer digs it out on the serve. Here's Avendano for the second set. Oh, and a great shot by Artali to keep it alive again. A back set. Kick him off the block, out of bounds, and Mac leads 2-0. How'd they win that set, Chelsea?
Oh my gosh, just the persistence. They were determined to win. I mean, that's what winners do. They've not dropped this, 5 sets all season, so they're just very persistent.
That's what I was going to say. Even with West Plains playing so much better in set number 2, the fact that Mac was able to just stay close, even though they didn't take the lead till late in the set, you've got to, West Plains is going to let, Mac doesn't lose, and right. Mac in their head is going, we don't lose.
Right.
I mean, they have that belief going deep in the set that they're going to pull it out.
Right, and that's what you have to do. If you want to win, you have to believe you're going to win, and that's definitely what they kept doing. Like you said, staying close, just chipping away, bit by bit, point by point. West Plains had them frustrated, but they just didn't quit. That's a winner.
Yeah, that is a winner.
That's awesome.
As Jack Buck used to say, that is a winner. And Mineral Area College, although they didn't control the second set, really West Plains controlled much of that second set. They hung around. They took the lead late. Their first lead was 23-22, and they never gave it back, winning it 25-23. So Mac takes the first 2 sets, 25-16, 25-23, and they look for the sweep during Midnight Madness night at Mineral Area College. We'll tell you about it in 2 minutes on KREI. Well, Ainsley Finch is out there to start this third set, and we're not going to tell her right now, but she'll be happy to know that Farmington gets back in the state tournament. They win their district over Jackson, and Chelsea, they do it 30-28 in set number 3. What a match that was,
wow,
huh?
Wow, I bet that was a nail-biter.
And let's see, the Myers should be happy as St. Pius leads 1-0 over Saxony Lutheran in their district championship game. They won set 1, 25-14. And Mac starts out set number 3 with a service error, which is fine, right? Because that's how they started set 1, and they won 25-16.
Might as well.
So, all right. Here's Raylan Dodd. Oh, man, she smacked it right into the block of Grace Stumbaugh. Whew, that was one heck of a block. Stumbaugh came in with 52 blocks on the year. That was a nice one.
Perfect form on that one. Penetrated the net, and Raylan Dodd hit it kind of straight down. You want to go side to side on that middle to hit around that block, but she definitely got all of it.
Service error by West Plains. Max serving it. It's Kaylee Bracken. Bracken with the shins taped up, the knee pads, and the purple headband. She's got it going. And serves it into the back row. Well, Libero's done a nice job tonight in Artali. And West Plains gets the kill shot but wide, and Mack now has tied it up 2-2. Bracken with 25 aces on the year. She's hitting .355 on the season, 21st in the country. Bracken awaits the motion from the official, and we're ready to go again. Tied at 2, set number 3. Mineral Larry College looking for the sweep. West Plains trying to hang in here. And this one bounces off the tape by Stumbaugh and down. And a 3-2 lead for West Plains. Grizzlies 4-18 this year. If you're going to get them this year. They're going to be back probably next year and strong. They're all freshmen, every single one of them. Artali serving it into the back row. Meyer digs it out. Back set for Zulaga, but right at the red line. And Bracken forced to put it over with two hands underhanded. A dive by Meyer, not there in time. And West Plains leads 4-2. I don't know what the proper term is. It's not nonchalant. But the Cardinals aren't really revved up right now.
Yes, and it's kind of strange to me because this crowd is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's huge. I mean, the Bob is packed right now.
Woo. Boy, Kickham just killed one on the right side.
Hopefully that fires them up. The crowd's definitely been involved, this whole game, I feel like, kind of rooting them on, trying to fire them up, but you're right, nonchalant-ish a little bit.
Yeah, thank you. Esque. 4-3 lead for West Plains. And now here's a big hit from the left side. Cooper sends it down the left side. Mack doesn't get there in time. A 5-3 lead for West Plains. West Plains is young, but if you sleep on them, they've got the talent to burn you.
They do. Like I said, they're gonna be scrappy. They're gonna try to pick apart your defense, and they're going to compete.
And they have done that, especially in set number 2. Bracken digs it out in the back row. Zulaga, quick set, kick him over to the deep left corner, and just tucked it in. Jane hits hard, yes, but what I really enjoy watching is her vertical lead. She gets so high.
It's crazy.
And
so graceful.
She's only 5'8".
Right.
If she was 6'2", she'd be a high Division I type of prospect.
I agree, yes.
So over to the left side, and that one went off the post, and that's what Pam Zulaga is trying to say. And there's a delayed call, but a correct one. And the point goes to Mackin. We're tied at 5. So Mineral Larry College looking for its first lead here of the third set and looking for the sweep eventually. Kickham, a little side spin serve, dug out by Cooper. Now they'll send it over to the right side. Williams, kept alive by Popovich. Free ball played over by Meyer. Pushed up by Trakovic. Go right back to her at the red line. Double block. Popovich and Avendano right back to the blue shirts of West Plains. Free ball played over. Bracken pushes it into the front row. Here's a set to Avendano. Splits the double team. And the cross court shot. Bourne digs it out. Bourne plays to Cooper. Cooper to Meyer, who digs it. And now here's Zulaga. Quick set. Popovich. And another great one-on-one block that time. This time by Williams. Back row shot. Not a free ball, but not a kill shot by Mack either. Here's a push into a double team. Popovich and Zulaga, and somehow kept alive by a diving pair of Grizzlies. Zulaga pushes it over on shot number 2. Right back over to the hitter at Cooper on the left side and sends it out. And Mineral Larry College has its first third set lead at 6-5. Kickham serving it. Jane, a sophomore, out of Springfield, Kickapoo. Knuckleball shot, back row, and that one deflected off the hands of Bourne. Almost looked like a softball pitcher's rise ball there. You're expecting that thing to dig, and it kind of stayed high.
That's what makes her an effective server. Not only can she put something on it, she can float the ball over, she can top spin, but she can also place it. So
it's tricky. Bourne digs it successfully this time, and the usual libero, Artali, is the one that sets it. This one chunked into the net, and Mineral Larry College has a 3-point lead, 8-5. Now Kickham, serving it again for Mack. Serves from just the right side of the free throw lane. A dig in the back row, that's Bourne. And they go to the right side, Williams, double block, Avendano and Popovich. This one's hit over the top of the double block. Zulaga adjusted the net, lost it, but stayed alive. Zulaga back over. That's to Cooper. Now they go to the middle. Williams into the double block. Avendano, Popovich send it right back. Back to the left side. Cooper hitting. Great job by Bracken, sliding, saving it. Here's Avendano on the left side. And a double hit by Mack. Gives West Plains a point. 8-6 lead for Mac in the third set. Mineral Area College up 2-0, 25-16 and 25-23. West Plains service. Cody Cooper left to the right side as we look at it. And the linesperson said that one was out. Did that look out to you?
Close. Looks like it painted the line.
I gotta be honest, I thought it was in. Mm-hmm. Now, she's placed well, and the up judge and the near judge didn't overrule her, so.
Right.
But okay, we'll take it.
Bracken played it off like it was out too, so.
Bracken plays the overpass, can't detonate it, can't finish it. It's kept alive. She'll get another chance. She and Popovich collide in the air, and the ball somehow lands up on West Plains' side, a kill shot, and it's saved by Meyer. Popovich to the middle, off the double block. Right back to Popovich, chunks it in the net. 9-7 lead for Mac. And set number 3. The serve to West Plains. Williams, dug by Fitch. Here's Bracken off the heel of her hand over the double block, but there's a Grizzly right behind to keep it alive. Zulaga setting. And another double hit by Zulaga, her second one in the last 4 points.
You know, Mac just looks really deflated right now, and I don't know why. They're up 2-0.
Great crowd.
Right.
Dig in the back row by Finch. Zulaga back set. That's to Popovich. Popovich off of off of Williams, I beg your pardon, in the back row. Williams couldn't really make up her mind if she wanted to play it or not, and it ended up hitting her knuckles and then sailing along. A 10-8 lead for Mac. Cardinals will bring in Amy Leftrich to serve. Serves it over. Trakovic gets it into the front row. Stumbaugh has it come right back to her on the double block, and now to the left side. Nose check. And now here's Bracken. Bracken, is that one in? Oh, mercy. I don't know how you defend that. Although say that one was out. Wow. Well, I guess that's why you don't defend it. No, that was so close, though.
I thought it landed in, but I definitely thought that the block at least got a touch on that.
So we've got a 1-point sets going, 10-9. Mineral Area College leads in set number 3. Knuckleball shot over. Kickham digs it out. That's to Zulaga on the front row. And Kickham goes to work. Great dig in the back row over by West Plains is Cooper. Finch keeps it alive. Zulaga back set. Kickham from the red line and knocked it into the tape. And we're tied at 10. West Plains isn't just rolling over here.
No, Mac definitely needs to find their rhythm right here. Starts with a pass off serve receive. Got to get something going.
Kinley Simmons serving it. There's the pass from Fitch. Front row Zulaga. Oh, what a block that time. And the block really has not been bad for West Plains. That was Stumbaugh joined by Trivkovic right there. And West Plains takes an 11-10 lead here in set number 3. Tim Copeland trying to rev his troops up. This serve is long. We're tied at 11. Mac serve. And they'll rotate Zulaga back. Coming up after the volleyball action, we'll meet the basketball teams. 3-point shootout, dunk competition. We'll have interviews with coaches and players. Zulaga steps into her serve, rises up, rips it over. Good dig in the back row. It's an overpass, though. That's Dodd slamming the door on that one. Just rose up and punched it straight down. Good work by Raylin. And a 12-11 lead for the Cardinals. Zulaga to serve again. Pam throws it way up, jumps way up, pounds it over. Dug out in the back row by Artali. And to the right side, spiked by Nose. Here's Bracken now. Bracken chops it right into the middle of that zone, and the ball is deflected out of bounds off of West Plains, and Mac has the point and the lead now 13-11 here in set number 3. Mineral Area College leading at 2-0. Pam Zulaga continues to serve for Mineral Area College into the back row. Big top spin serve. As West Plains said, that one's going long, but the top spin rotation on that thing brought it right back down into the court. And there's your ace from Pam Zulaga. 14-11. Mineral Area College leads in set number 3. Timeout on the floor by West Plains. We're back in 1 minute on KREI. Zulaga still serving for Mineral Area College. Kind of a half-hack at one by Stumball, and that sets up Bracken. She goes off the block and out of bounds. And Mack is kind of slowly taking control of this third set, Chelsea.
Sure looks that way, like that.
15-11. And here's Zulaga continuing to serve. Her serve's been very effective. A 4-point advantage for Mack. Here in set number 3, Mack looking for the sweep. Took a little off of it that time. What backspin, and Cooper with a great diving effort to keep it alive, but a double hit by West Plains, and Mack is on top 16-11.
Looks like Pam is starting to get into a real routine with her jump serve now. Those couple balls out, she's redeeming herself back there with those aces.
Couple of aces here. Here she comes again. Oh, sure, you had to say it, didn't you?
Too soon.
She hit that one in the net, by the way, if you couldn't figure out from our tone. 16-12. Mack leads in set number 3, looking for their second sweep of the year over West Plains. Meyer digs out the serve. Zulaga sets. Here's Bracken into the double team block. Boy, that count went right back to her. And down on Mack's side. I have been pretty impressed with the blocking game of West Plains. I
have too. Not as much height as in the past, but
right.
their technique's very good, very effective.
Hasn't been overwhelming, but it's been good.
Right.
That serve wasn't very good. West Plains sits in the net, returns that favor that Zulaga handed out a few points ago. 17-13. Mineral Area College leads by 4 here in set number 3. And there's Kaylee Bracken serving it for Mack. Into the back row. That one stayed high. Artali keeps it alive. Oh, I thought that one was long. Here's Avendano now. Avendano over the top of the double block. And once again, a good dig by Artali in that back row. This one knocked wide down the right side. Point goes to Mack. 18-13. Mineral Area College leads in set number 3, looking for that sweep. Mack has dropped only 5 sets all year long, looking to go 30-0 on the year. Bracken sends it deep and out of bounds. Service error. 18-14, Mineral Area College leads in the third. This is Cameron Artali. Artali serving it to Avendano, digs it out. Zulaga going to back set, kick him. Oh my gosh, it looks like she came off a trampoline that time and hammered it down. Whew. She gets any higher, she's going to have to go work for the circus. Holy smokes.
Wow. Yes. So smooth, so graceful, and just completely catches you off guard. Because like you said, she's 5'8", but she plays like she's 6'4".
Looked like one of those cheerleading routines where 3 people throw her in the air. She got so high there. 19-14. Mineral Area College leads in set number 3. A timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here during this timeout. We've got round number 1 of the high school football playoffs coming up this Friday. And right here on KREI, Perryville plays at Farmington for the 3rd year in a row in the first round. On J98, Potosi and St. Genevieve meeting up. AM 1400, KJEF will have the DeSoto Hillsboro game, and our Parkland Health Mart Web TV game of the week. Festus is at North County, week number 1 of the high school football season. You didn't have football in your high school, did you?
I did not.
I liked high school football. Played 4 sports in high school, so I never could make my mind up. So just tried everything.
Probably just to stud at all of them.
Yeah, well, you're welcome back next time on my broadcast after that comment.
Hey, I've seen your softball skills, so.
Oh, well, then you know it's a lie now. So here's Max serving 19-14. Meyer into the back row. Two-handed, underhanded pop-up by Cooper. Gets it right back. Hits into the back row. Bracken digs it out. Zulaga, one-handed set. They say she lifted it. She didn't agree. They ever hand out like yellow or red cards in volleyball?
They do. I've not seen it very often.
I don't think I ever
have. I've seen
have.
one red card, coach.
Yeah.
Not a player, though.
Was it you?
It was not.
Okay. Bracken digs. 19-15 Mac leads. Kickham tries to hit around the block, but it's saved by West Plains. And then Williams comes into the picture and hammers it down. Myers saves it. Zulaga. Oh, there's a shot from the red line. It won't go down, though. This one over the top of the double block. Kickham keeps it alive. Middle of the floor. Bracken comes up to help. Into the back row now. Dug out by Artali. Swinging around to Williams on the slide hit. Bracken digs it out. Into the front row. This is Avendano. Goes to the left hand. Hits it cross court. Dug out over there by Bourne, and now miss hit, but kept alive by West Plains, and that one went from a broken play to a point for the Grizzlies. 19-16. Mac leads by 3 in set number 3. It looked like the whole thing was falling apart for West Plains on that point, and they managed to win it. Into the back row, Bracken digs. Zulaga, middle hit, kick him. Yes, ma'am. There's a point for Mac, 20-16. I think they can kind of see the finish line now. Kick him to serve it. Reaches back with a right hand knuckleball shot. Middle of the floor, popped up, set over to the left side. Cooper. Oh, Cooper found that corner. That's a well-placed ball right along that back line. And 20-17. West Plains hanging in here. By their fingernails, but they're still alive. And Cody Cooper going to serve it for the blue shirts. Cooper throws it up, strikes with the right hand. Oh, mercy. That hit her side of the net and somehow crawled over to the Mac side and fell straight down. 20-18. Mac leads by 2. Timeout on the floor by Coach Copeland. 20-18, Mac by 2, looking for the sweep. See if they can do it. We'll tell you about it in 30 seconds on Super Talk 800. College coming off a 27-9 season last year where the Cardinals finished 10th in the country. At the national tournament, they are now 29-0. They are ranked 8th in the country. And yes, they are trying to get back to the national tournament. This year, though, it will be in Hutchinson, Kansas, so much closer, and the same side as they have the basketball men's national championship. Mac leads in the third set over West Plains, 20-18. Zulaga sets Avendano. Uses the fingertips to try to go over the top of the block, and West Plains gets aggressive with it. That's Williams off the block down and in, 20-19. Mineral Area College leads by only 1. I think the Grizzlies are playing more aggressive right now.
I would have to agree with that. Nothing to lose, why not?
Here comes Cooper on the serve. Bracken digs it. This is the Zulaga. Zulaga with a second shot sends it over. They've seen that before, and it's dug out by Trifkovic. This one's knocked long. And Mac leads by 2, 21-19. And checking in to serve is Ainsley Finch. Ainsley sets up in the middle of the floor, right in the middle of that basketball lane. And she'll step into this serve. Little hop, little skip, little jump. Dug out in the back row by Trifkovic. Over to the left side. That's nose check. Into the block. Gets it right back, though. Into the block again. And this time it's angled off the block. And out of bounds, and the point goes over to Mac, or a point goes over to West Plains, I beg your pardon. 21-20 is the score. These Grizzlies just won't go quietly in set number 3. Finch digs in the back row on the serve, backs at Popovich, and Popovich once again babies it over the block. And here's a second shot off the block of Popovich. Zulaga, left side, Bracken. Oh, mercy. Bracken hits it so hard it goes off the diving attempt, almost up to the top deck here at the Bob Seacrest Fieldhouse. I think that's what Mac needed, is they needed a little aggression, you know?
I agree. Just something to get them fired up, and Kaylee Bracken putting that ball down, that's what she does. That's true Kaylee.
Here's over to the left side, a full swing by Trifkovic, right back to her. Back to the right side, that's nose check. And Ainsley Finch keeps it alive. Now Bracken sends it over on the free ball. Simmons sets over to the left side. Trifkovic, and that one's long. Ooh, did that go off the block?
Looks like the line judge called that in. Maybe it...
There's no way that was in.
I didn't think so either.
22-21. Mac leads by just a point. Nose check serves it. Back row Finch digs it. This is Zulaga. Quick set. Oh, Dodd just mishit it. And we're tied at 22. We haven't seen many of those. West Plains hanging in here. Nose check serving it. We're tied at 22. Into the back row, Meyer digs, free ball. Oh, good play by Zulaga. That was a free ball that was blocked right back at Mac, and Zulaga got up and blocked the block. What a play by Pam. 23-22. I think that was the play of the set.
I think so. I think that's your turning point right there. 2 straight points. Let's go. Finish it.
Pam earns her serve back, too, and she's the best server on the team. What an amazing play by Zulaga. Jump serve into the back row. An amazing save by Artali. Over to the right side, Trifkovic blocked right back to her. Now Meyer sends it to Zulaga. Left side, Bracken hammered it down. Oh, yeah. 24-22. And Mac has match point.
How fitting for these sophomores to take these last couple points right now. You talk about their sophomore leadership, and they're showing their experience right now.
Zulaga and Bracken, the two that you're mentioning. And here's Pam trying to serve for the match. Rise it up, rips it over. Artali digs it out in the back row. And to the middle, it's Williams. Blocked right back to her. And Mac stuffs its way to the straight sets victory. The second win over the year over West Plains. And they've swept them on both occasions. Mineral Area College wins it. 25-16, 25-23, and 25-22. The Mineral Area College Cardinals ranked 8th in the country and now 30-0 on the season. We're back with your postgame after this 2-minute timeout on KREI.
Here against Minnesota.